7, Foxtrot Oscar Papa, calling CQ, CQ, CQ on handheld, and standing by.
KG7FOP N7IY.
Hello N7IY, this is KG7FOP. The name here is Roland. I'm on top of Mary's Peak. I'm operating with a handheld 5 watts and a dual band yagi. Back to you.
Roland, name here is Peter, and I am in Eugene. Mary's Peak is really a good place for that. Doing that, you're full quieting. You've got an excellent signal for 5 watts. It's kind of amazing.
So I'm not sure of the distance, but how far is Mary's Peak from your QTH?
Well, Mary's Peak is above Corvallis, correct?
That is correct.
I missed that if you said something, Roland.
Yes, Mary's Peak is right outside of Philomath, on the way to Alsea.
Okay, well, that's at least 40 miles, probably closer to 60, but I won't swear to that. We're about 35, 40 miles from Corvallis, so whatever the distance from Corvallis to there is the correct distance.
Okay, when I get home, I'll have to look it up on Google Earth. I had to go to Corvallis for some work today, and I figured since I was in the area, I'd make my way over to Mary's Peak and do some simplex calling. Back to you.
KG7FOP Papa N7IY November 7 India Yankee. Yeah, I'm in the River Road area of Eugene. I'm actually very close to a third of the way north-south. I'm a third away from the south end of the Union Pacific Railroad yards, about a half mile east of the railroad yards, to give you an idea of where I am.
Okay, I'm not too familiar with the railroad yards, but I am familiar with Eugene, though. That's about it. Back to you. N7IY, KG7FOP. N7IY, KG7FOP.
N7IY, this is KG7QIF.
KG7QIF N7IY.
Yeah, I was just monitoring your conversation. I'd made contact with KG7FOP just earlier. Looked it up on Google. We're about right at 39.5 miles from the top of Mary's Peak to the intersection of I-5 and Beltline. So that's pretty good, especially 5 watts. Over.
Yeah, it is. Name here is Peter. I looked him up on QRZ and he's not in there. I don't know what that means, but he's not in QRZ. If I've got the call right, AG7FOP, Frank Oscar Papa.
Yeah, I think you got the call right. He might, I know he's new like me, maybe just hasn't made it in there yet. Over.
That could be. Where are you located?
Oh yeah, the name here is Scotty, and I'm in Springfield, South Springfield, Pioneer Parkway at the very end, ends kind of at a hill, and I'm at the top of the hill, about 600 feet elevation. Over.
You've got a great signal. I didn't think you were far away, but I wouldn't have guessed that Roland was as far away as he has. Are you newly licensed?
Yes, sir. I took my exam, I think it was late January, both the technician and the general, and managed to pass them both, so I'm new to all this. Enjoying it, though. Over.
KG7FOP.
Journalist for amateur radio. Do you know about our local clubs?
I do. I know of a couple of them. I just haven't made the effort to go down and see what's going on with them.
Well, actually, to be perfectly honest, the next two meetings, the June meeting is going to be a field day planning meeting, and our last Valley Radio Club of Oregon, we meet normally on the first Friday of every month at the Red Cross in Eugene. June and July, because of conflicts, we're going to be on the second Tuesday. We meet at 7:30 at the Red Cross. The Emerald Amateur Radio Club, which is the Springfield Club, the month at the Justice Center in Springfield, quite close to you actually, and it's a good, smaller club, an awful lot of fun. You ought to come to it, Scotty.
Yeah, I need to do that. I truly do. I took my exams at the Red Cross building with that group, and they're just the nicest bunch of guys and real helpful. Are you a member of both, or one or the other? Over.
Like I said, I'm a bit of an evangelist. Other people just say I'm crazy. I belong to both of those clubs. I'm also a member of LaSalle, which is the Lane County Sheriff's Amateur Radio Organization. We are a part of Search and Rescue, and I belong to that. I'm a VE. I give tests at both groups. LaSalle doesn't give tests, but if you took it at Valley, I probably was there. I've got a big white beard.
Okay. The name I remember there was Riley, but I just happen to remember that for some reason. But yeah, I'm going to make the effort and try to get to the Emerald one, because I think it's like you said, just right down the street from where I live. Just call sign KG7QIF.
And N7IY here. Also, the last weekend in June is Field Day, and we're going to be up at Willamette Heights, the park up at the end up there, doing Field Day Saturday and Sunday. I think it's the 24th, 25th, or something like that. You ought to make an effort to come on by. We'll be there 24/7 from around 8 o'clock Saturday till 2 or 3 Sunday. We'll be on the air from 11 to 11. I won't be there, but I'm going to drop in. But I've got a commitment with the Valley Club, and it's an awful lot of fun. It's a great hobby. I think you'll enjoy it a lot.
Yeah, actually, I'm about a 3-minute walk downhill from that park, so yeah, I should be able to hit that one. I actually need to find, I think you guys call them Elmers, to kind of guide me through some of the ins and outs of, especially on the HF side. Still kind of timid about making contacts there.
I can understand that. It takes a while. The Valley Club is 4 times the size of the Springfield Club, so you would probably do better to go to the Valley Club. There are a lot more people. We have members in Corvallis. We have members all over. And we have something like 120 members, roughly. And I think you'd have a better chance. Again, this next meeting will be field day planning. And I'm going to give a break here in case there's any emergency traffic. KG7QIF, N7IY, holding for just a minute. Okay, Scotty, go ahead.
Well, I think that's good advice. The more the merrier. Okay, well, hey, I appreciate all the information. Right now I'm trying to figure out a better antenna mount for my VHF antenna on my pickup. It's, cruising around on Amazon. Because when you smoke,
I use Amazon a lot. What kind of radio do you have?
I have the same thing in the pickup as I do in the shack, Yaesu FT-1D. It's a great radio, just does everything.
Yes, it is. It does. That's very nice. I have an entry-level radio, HF radio. It's an ICOM 718, and with that and a dipole antenna, I did work to all states in 4 months. So it doesn't take a lot. It just takes a little persistence.
KG7FOP. Okay, I kind of lost you guys before. I was still on. I can hear Peter calling me, but I guess I couldn't get back to him. So I'm just enjoying your conversation now.
We've got you, Roland. How long have you been licensed, Roland?
I've had my tech since 2013, and I just recently got my general. I passed my general on Mother's Day. I heard you say you couldn't find me on QSO. That's kind of weird because I know I'm on there.
Alpha Golf 7, Foxtrot Oscar Papa, is that correct?
Kilo Golf 7, Foxtrot Oscar Papa.
Well, that makes a big difference.
So I'm from Hillsboro, so you look up there, you'll see my Hillsboro address. But like I said before, I am on Mary's Peak chatting with you guys.
That's in Benton County, right?
Mary's Peak, I believe. Yeah, I believe this is Benton County.
Okay, I just keep track of those things. I don't quite understand why, but I do.
You copy?
Scotty, why don't you go ahead and take it, AG7QIF N7IY.
Yeah, I was going to ask Roland, tell me about your antenna. Is that something you built yourself, or is it something you bought somewhere? Is it brand name?
Oh yeah, I'm using a dual band Arrow, Yagi, ARROW, and I actually got this from Ham Radio Outlet in Tigard.
Okay, I was just sitting in front of the computer here and on Amazon. I was going to look that up. I appreciate that. This is KG7QIF identifying.
01 South End Road.
Okay, I got it written down here, so I won't change it. Thanks, Bob. I'll give you a call tomorrow and see when it's been.
Guys, I'm going to let you go ahead and talk for a while. I'm going to drop back into the HF mode. I have been making a radio contact every single day, at least one QSO, since 13.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
And I haven't got the HF
talking on
QSO
ham
yet
radio
today,
to
so
people.
I'm going to say 73.
How far away?
KG7FOP.
Eugene and Springfield.
Okay.
KG7QIF. Scotty,
Looks like
it was
fun.
a pleasure meeting both of you, and I'll talk to you later. This is N7IY going QRT, but monitoring.
And KG7QIF will be monitoring too.
And N7JI at home on a larger antenna in South Eugene.
N7JI, how are you? This is KG7FOP. We talked a little briefly before. Sounds like you're home now?
That is giving a quarter-wave vertical. No, that should be a little bit better. Over.
Make a list.
Yep, I can read you. I don't know if you heard me last time getting interference from the repeaters up here.
Fine business. We'll talk to you later.
Yep, I can hear Peter, and there were some others in there too. Thought I'd give you a shout. Bye. 59, South Eugene, over.
N7JI KG7FOP. So what are you going to do with the rest of your day?
Decompress from work and probably help my daughter with homework and maybe goof around on HF a little bit. I'm listening to 17 meters right now and just looking at what kind of things come in on JT65. So an LY, that would be Lithuania, I believe. Is it Latvia? I think it's Lithuania. So at least 17 for the moment is open to Europe.
I don't have an HF radio yet. I don't remember if I told you I just passed my general exam on Mother's Day, so I'll be looking to get a radio in the near future.
Very good, very good. I like VHF. I love HF. It's what got me in long time ago, back in 1984. I think it was 80. Yeah, it was 84. Wow. Long time ago. KG7FOP. This is N7JI, and I have to run away from the mic for a little bit. So, and nice to get you in the log, N7JI.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get going. I have a long drive back to Hillsboro, so I'm gonna clear and 73s to you, and I will look you up on QRZ. So this is KG7FOP, and I will be clear.
And have yourself a safe drive home. KG7FOP, this is N7JI, listening 5-2.